Hello again, model kit builders. So I'm always experimenting with new model tools because I'm getting back into making models, but I never had any of these things back when I was a kid. So I'm learning here as we go. So today we're going to try out these. These are called Alexen. The brand is Alexen Models. They actually make license plates for 1/64 scale cars. That's how I know these guys. And this is a scriber that makes holes. And the intention is to make a recess in your plastic part, and then you can add details like these. These are by uStar, and they're just photo etched, vents or mechanical, end plates, armor plates, or whatnot. Here they say you can use a, well, it looks like a Dremel bit. Interesting. I wouldn't use a Dremel bit; it would go too fast. But that's an interesting, interesting option. You could use a Dremel bit of a certain diameter to make a recess, and it'll probably be faster than what we're going to review today. Let's see what the back of this one does. All right, so stencil template. What the? 2? I don't know. The template is on there. Maybe with tape. 3, spray paint. What? This has nothing to do. Okay, wait. Here we go. Now we have this thing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but oh, I think this is the bar. Nope. These are just instructions for different things. This is a different scriber. Or maybe that's saying start a pilot hole? Pilot hole? I don't know if this is just a universal piece of packaging or what. So naturally, you got to pull these out of these, the etching plate. And I am a little curious how thick these tools are. Around 3.3 millimeters. Okay, hopefully that'll be strong enough. We'll find out. Ah, boy, so we're removing these. Let's see the dental pick. What's nice though is we have really big lettering, right? So we know this is a 4.5 millimeter diameter, and it goes all the way down to 2 millimeters, or no, even 1.5. What's the smallest one? I see, they just give you multiples. This 1.5 millimeters. Oh, but this is different. No, wait. So these are just squares, square end. See this? It even has the etching of the square end. Maybe that's part of the blade. So 1.5 up to 4.5. But this is like a chamfer, right? It's like a recessed bolt head kind of thing. So again, 1.5 up to 4.5. So there's actually two shapes of holes here, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it says slant hole and straight hole. Alright, this part number is AJ0049. Well, the thing on the metal is here in the middle. You probably just push like this and spin it until it breaks loose. But you're going to have to go one way, two way, around 3 or... Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Yeah. So let me go and do that for all these things. I'll be back. So you can move a bunch at the same time if you want, right? Save on time. Just use your finger like that. Or like this, but that takes a little longer. Okay, so unfortunately they're not etched on both sides. Yeah, I guess that would be difficult to do, so one side is totally blank. But I guess, well, I don't know. I'm not sure if it could have been done differently or not. You might want to store them in something small because they are for small. And then, let's get a piece of plastic out. Actually, we got to remove these. I think I want to try, let's see, this is going from 1 millimeter up to 3 millimeters, these details. This is 1.2 up to 6.5. So 6.5 isn't going to happen. But I do like these vent details better. There's actually a piece of tape holding this thing to the cardboard. And these pieces of this etching is very thin. This tape is stupid. It really, look at this. It already, see it bent? So you gotta be careful pulling this thing out of the packaging. And then be careful pulling this off the sticker. I see, also, that just pulled off the whole face sticker. But there is a backing sticker here as well. Alright. Alright, so where's my test plastic here? I guess we'll do a flat one first. So let me change this camera angle, right? It's too difficult. Let's find a wide one. This is a 4.5 millimeter. So here's a little Xacto hobby knife handle. Oh boy, this is much smaller. So I think you can actually buy the handle for this. I just assumed it would be the same size as a Xacto. But it turns out I already had this thing. I got this from AliExpress. It just says steel hobby knife. And it comes in different colors, easy grip, whatever. So it actually has a thinner base than an Xacto blade. So if you're curious, let's measure these out. Maybe this will be useful to someone. A number one Xacto hobby blade has a width of 5.5 millimeters. Okay, this little hobby knife though, which I think is just a segment of one of those blades where you can break off the tips. This is 4 millimeters. Okay, and let's just check the Alexen one. This side here. 3.8, so it's a little bit thinner even than that hobby one, but let's try it. We'll see if it works. Otherwise I am going to have to order the Alexen one. So I'll pop this in here. Alright, let's get this screen out here. It's distracting. So hopefully that's centered. A little loose. Yeah, I think it is centering it. So, okay, now this is the starter. Let's see if it'll work without a drill bit hole. Just see if we can start it on my own. I'm going clockwise right now. Let me try counterclockwise. I'm not sure if it makes a difference. But for me, I kind of, excuse me, I kind of want to go clockwise. Alright, so I'm starting to get close to the, well, maybe I'm not. So it seems like a pilot hole might be a good way to save some time. In fact, here I have a display drill, which I reviewed separately. But you'll see in that review I broke a bit off. It's literally just here in the plastic. So you can be really careful with these micro drill bits. Any sort of side torque and it's going to break off. Even if you tap this against something, it's going to break off. As you see in that video of that review. Okay, so alright, so now we're starting to get to the flat spot. much yet. I'm still trying to figure out how much pressure you should apply. You know, if I put too much pressure, I think I'll bend this metal. So I don't want to do that. Let me put it down. What's not helping the cause is this pointed tip is jamming into my palm. So let's try it this way. I don't think counterclockwise helps. Just looking carefully at this blade now. I do see, you know, that etching, but I don't know if that etching has an effect on the cutting. Oh, it is on both sides. That's weird that they would etch both sides but not put the numbers on this side. So I kind of feel like if it wants to be strong, I don't know if it makes a difference, because either way it's still a square edge, right? I mean, it's getting there. Could be that maybe this plastic of this case, I forget even what this case was for, maybe a Chorokyu or something. Maybe it's just harder than regular hobby kit model kits. Yeah, I feel like going clockwise is probably taking away more material. It's not much of a recess though. What's good is, in general, let's look at this. Is it actually a smooth circle? Let's see. You know, maybe it's not a smooth edge circle. Well, you know, it's not bad. I think the circle actually, it's not the perfect circle, but it seems alright. Okay, well, it's faster spinning there, and I think we have enough of a recess now. Yeah. Okay, let's find a 4.5 in that sheet that I pulled, which is this one. See, so this 4.5 is bigger than this recess I made, so I don't know which is at fault. Let me get those calipers again. Jeez, let's measure if this thing is really 4.5. Or did I make a mistake? No, it does say 4.5 on the blade. I guess the best thing to do is actually just take the piece that you want, and then, well, this is the largest one, so I guess I have to go with the smaller one. And then just literally take your photo etch piece that you want and put it up against the blade, right? So So I guess, yes, this isn't going to fit. I have to go with the smaller one, but then there's going to be a gap. So that's kind of weird. Alright, well, I think that's in upside down. Hold on. See, so it's not a perfect fit though, because that recess is much bigger than the etching. So don't go by the numbers. You literally have to go by eyesight, I think. So if that was 4.5, I gotta see if I can find a smaller one. This is 4.2, possibly that one. Let me come back. Alright, so I would suggest you cut this end off, right? Because it's just gouging into your fingers. Maybe if you round that off, flatten it off. I'll have to do that later. So this blade is the .2 millimeter one. Let's see if it fits this. Yeah, so that works out. That's a much tighter fit than the last one. Okay, well that's reassuring. Yeah, so mental note, don't go by the dimensions. They're only rough estimates, it seems. Okay, but this generic handle seems to work. Granted, it's not comfortable, but it does work. Alright. Oh boy, I'm afraid to ruin this. This is a model kit that I'm gonna, it's called a Xacto branded Xacto railgun. You know what, I have a section that I messed up already. I tried to do some panel lines and stuff, but they just weren't smooth, so I tried to fill them in. But here is the bottom side of this robot, so I think I can try putting a one of these vents here where I won't see it. Okay, now hold on here. Alright, I definitely feel like a pilot hole would be helpful. Something to indicate the center. So I have this, it's called an MS0180. Boy. It's really hard to do YouTube videos. Nothing goes smoothly. MS018. I'm going to just roughly center this here. It's unfortunately it's on a curved surface, so that's what's kind of making it difficult. Or no, I was thinking put it on the table and try to do this. Well, it's on the bottom side, so roughly like there. Now these drill bits, again, they are so sensitive. Any sort of side pressure and it's gonna break. Yeah, I don't know if that's centered or not, but alright. Let's see now, because this is an actual model kit plastic, if it's softer, how quick, if this works any faster. gouging into my hand so much. I'm gonna have to come back. I gotta deal with this. Alright, clipped it off, filed it a little bit. Definitely less painful than before. Let's continue this on. Definitely not centered, but it does definitely create a smoother hole in this softer plastic. Something about that clear plastic is too brittle. I think I go a little bit more. I think a drill would obviously be a lot easier. Although the drill moves so fast, I don't know. I'd be afraid of just blowing right through the whole thing, but... Alright, you can see the edge of this is not so bad. I am spinning it slow. I think if you spun it faster, it would probably create a smoother edge as well. Slowly taking off plastic. Alright, that might be enough. Alright, where's that other piece? Okay, well, a little dusty, but yeah, it definitely works. It's not so bad. It's not the greatest smoothness around the circle's edge, though. This is a painted piece, so look how I did that on the bottom side. Alright, well, you saw me try to use it. I guess the main issue I have is the fact that I don't think the actual width of the blade is accurate. Alright, if this one says 4.2 millimeters, yeah, it does say 4.2. This one says 1.8 to measure with the tape area. See, that's 1.2. It's just, these numbers don't make any sense whatsoever. It's really strange. Please leave a comment if I'm missing something obvious. Maybe I'm missing something obvious, but nope, they're not. That's around 10 millimeters on a ruler, right? So the calipers are correct. It's really strange. This is 3.2, but on it says 3.8, so that's way off. Yeah, the number markings don't make any sense on these blades. Ah, boy. I guess one last thing we have to check is this chamfered one, right? So let's try to do... I guess this makes no sense either, because this would never make sense unless the very flat here is 1.8. Because the deeper you go, the bigger the diameter is going to be, right? This is 1.4. So definitely with these chamfered ones, the dimension makes no sense at all. Unless you actually end it, then it would be 3.8, but that says 1.8 on it, so that's really weird. I don't know. Let's just do one on the inside because I don't want to mess this up. So I didn't do a pilot hole on this one. I'm noticing the blade is not tight enough. Starting to cut in now. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, you just go as far in as you feel like it. So, yeah, okay, well, those actually work as well. All right. Okay, so, do these circle cutters work? Yes, they do. You just need to have, one of these more narrow handles. I do feel possibly if you could somehow put this into a drill, it would be a lot faster. But I'm not sure how. I guess I could actually take this whole metal thing off and then put it into a drill. Yeah, chuck it into a drill. That could be one way to do it. But for me, I guess the main thing is the diameters don't make any sense, the markings. Okay, well, thank you for watching today, and I'll see you in the next tool-related video. Bye now.